Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Twisted Metal 4 as the Joneses. So, for our first battleground, we're going to be in what might very well be the first time we had a Twisted Metal game, where we had a battleground that was not set in LA. I have no idea where in the world this is, but I'm pretty sure it's not LA. It's supposed to be some weird construction site that's filled with these weird green... I don't even know what they're supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like some sort of like flammable gasoline or toxic sludge or something like that. It seems to be flammable, and you shoot fire into it, like explodes and makes everyone catch on fire. Right? I have no idea what it's supposed to be. We see it a lot throughout this game, actually. It's actually quite a common thing. So we're playing as the Joneses, as I mentioned before. They're a family, a traveling family that, that really needs a new RV and a new way to go on vacation. So they take the kids on a vacation through Twisted Metal. What could be a better vacation? The father is driving the car while the wife and kids are riding in the station wagon, fearing for their lives, wondering if they're going to be alive in the next 10 minutes or not because of all the hectic action that's going on. And so, one of the gimmicks of this level, so you can take control of the electromagnet in this level. That was this very science fiction looking electromagnet where you could pick up stuff and you could drop them into that destroyer over there where they pretty much catch on fire and get destroyed pretty much. What's kind of odd is the first three Twisted Metals were set 10 years after their release dates. The original was released in 1995 and it's set in 2005. Twisted Metal 2 came out in 1996 and set in 2006, so on and so forth. This game came out in 1999, and it's actually set in 1999. At least that's how it makes it out to be. It makes it look like this game was made to be 1999. But despite that, this game's actually filled with futuristic high-tech stuff that's not seen in any of the other Twisted Metal games. The only Twisted Metal game that has like science fiction, futuristic weapons, and futuristic characters, and cars, and technology, and that sort. And a lot of people don't really consider this to be a true, like, serious Twisted Metal game. I think this is the best Twisted Metal game there is. People say it's a parody of Twisted Metal, but I think this is the best Twisted Metal game there is. It has a really large variety of cars. Sure, a lot of people complain about this game getting rid of a lot of the familiar cars you've known since the first game and replacing them with a lot of weirdos, but I actually thought it was cool how they did that. And in all fairness, this game does bring back a lot of the classic cars we know from the first three games. But sure, I mean, they're somewhat different in this game, especially Warthog and Mr. Grimm. They're not General Warthog and Captain Grimm. Sure, that might be a little bit odd to some people, but I actually like how they changed this game. They actually changed it to keep things fresh. And they actually kept in there, and they still have a lot of, like I said, a lot of the contestants here from the first three games. They're still in this game, so that's not really a valid complaint there. You complain about it lacking a lot of characters. Some people say the story in this game isn't that great. This is what a Twisted Metal ever had, like an overly good... Okay, sure, the first two games had some really good stories, but I mean, the stories in this game aren't that bad. It's the Jones family. They want something, they just want an average prize for the family. They want an RV, pretty much, a trailing RVs that can help them go on vacation and stuff like that. There's actually some pretty reasonable stuff. I mean, if Twisted Metal were a real competition, there probably would be freaks and weirdos like what we're doing right now. They're entering the competition, and they're going to battle against each other and stuff like that, and they'd wish for things like that. It actually does make a lot of sense. It's actually very realistic in that sense. Not every freaking contestant in this game has to have a serious backstory, am I correct? None of them do. I mean, they don't all have to. And so, we have a lot of the same weapons that were introduced in Twisted Metal 3 are back in this game. They even reuse a lot of the same models from Twisted Metal 3. This game was also made by 989 Studios. This is the second Twisted Metal game made, the second and final Twisted Metal game made by 989 Studios. And this game, it plays on the same engine that Twisted Metal 3 played on, but in this game, the engine is actually perfected, actually. Twisted Metal 3 had like a large amount of problems with the controls and the physics and things like that were very wonky, but this game actually fixes all that. This game actually has a superior physics engine to Twisted Metal 3. The game actually feels playable. What I really like so much about this game is the controls are awesome. This game has way better controls than the first two Twisted Metals. It doesn't feel like you're driving on ice anymore. Remember the first two Twisted Metals and it would feel like you're driving on ice? Well, that's gone in this game. It actually feels like you're driving on the surface you're supposed to be driving on. It actually feels like we're driving on an actual, where this is supposed to be. I don't even think there's any ice levels in it. Okay, there technically is an ice level in this game, but still, it's not all like slippery and icy and stuff like that. So yeah, I actually think it works out well in this game pretty much. The game actually did a lot of things right. The level designs aren't that bad. I actually like the level designs. People seem to think they're bad. They're actually really good in this game. They actually put a lot of effort into the level designs. I think it's really good on their part they did that. Another thing people complain is there's too many bosses in this game. Yeah, well, bosses actually add a lot of depth into the game, too. Most of the bosses in this game aren't that threatening. Like, first I'm going to go against Crusher. He's pretty much just another Mr. Slam wannabe that can pick up your car and crush it. We're going to see that a lot in this game. There's a lot of contestants in this game that can pick up your car and crush it and pretty much destroy your car easily that way. There's way too many in this game. The previous games just had, well, the first game didn't have any contestants like that. Twisted Metal 2 had one, it was Mr. Slam. Twisted Metal 3 had one, it was Augur. And now this game just likes to completely throw them at you. What's really fascinating about this game is this game is far superior to the original Twisted Metal in every way possible. But yet, oddly enough, they're on the same game system. I think it's actually quite fascinating how in 4 years, we went from being like what the original Twisted Metal was, which was a very seemingly primitive early PS1 game. Now it's 4 years later, it's 1999, it's the exact same PlayStation game system, we're playing on the same system, and look at what we have. Something, far superior, something that's, the graphics are way better, the controls are way better, just everything about this game is better. This is a definitive Twisted Metal game in my opinion. It really is. Like, this really is like what Twisted Metal should be. A car combat game where you can drive around and destroy your enemies pretty much. And there's a lot in there. There's no shortage of contestants in this game. And there's in the deathmatch, like the single battle deathmatch, there's like so many things you can do in this game. This makes your head spin thinking about all that can be done with this game. This game truly is an underrated masterpiece, a masterpiece classic of a game that no one ever really seems to give credit for. No one but me, that is, gives this game the amount of credit it deserves. So now that we destroyed Crusher, we can now go to the next level of the game, where it's pretty much some big futuristic city, like in Blade Runner or something like that. So now we're going after Goggle Eyes, as you can see there. We're just shooting our Hornets into Goggle Eyes. You might notice a lot of the contestants in this game stole special weapons from other contestants in previous Twisted Metal games. The Joneses just stole Warthog's special weapon, the Patriot missile from the first 3 Twisted Metals. So, my strategy to play this game is to often pick a target and spam your specials at them, depending what your special is, and then spam other weapons at them, pretty much just stay on target, pretty much. Right now I'm going after Goggle Eyes, the Exterminator. People often complain about him, like, how many vans could you possibly have in this game? Why are there so many vans in this game? You have Sweet Tooth, and there's Boss that's a van. Like, why are there so many frickin' vans in this game? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the people that made this game obviously had a thing for vans. So, yeah, I guess that rests my case. And this game is filled with parodies of things, too. Like, the Joneses are supposed to be a parody of the Griswolds from those National Lampoon movies. And that Goggle Eyes is supposed to be a parody of that Exterminator from the movie Mouse Hunt that Christopher Walken played. And his special weapon is similar to Thumper's special weapon from the first 2 Twisted Metals. And this game has like a lot of other like futuristic stuff. There's like a little springboard thing over there. We're gonna drive. It's gonna fling us back. Looks so futuristic and high tech. And there's hyperspace in this game. We can actually like warp from one end of the map to another just by pressing up, down, down on the D-pad. This is a really cool game. This game has like so much unique stuff in it. I wish they make more Twisted Metal games like this. I would love to play the new Twisted Metal. If they made a game like this on the new PS5, I would buy a PS5 just to play a new game like this. Like, seriously, this game really is that good. I just can't stress over how awesome I think this game is. This game is also really nostalgic as well, too. I have fond memories of playing this game. My father gave me this game along with Twisted Metal 3, and he kept Twisted Metal 2 for himself, also because he loved Twisted Metal 2, and he didn't really like Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal 4, so I didn't like them that much for some reason. I think they're all awesome. My greatest IRL friend really loved this game too. He's a big fan of Twisted Metal Black, but he plays this game and he like loves it. He thinks it's really good. He thinks this game's probably just as good as Twisted Metal Black. It's like, or maybe not just as good, but still really good. This is a really good game. It's better than a lot of people give it credit for, as I keep saying. There's so many like hidden areas, like hidden bonus areas and stuff like that, like hidden secrets. And the reason why I like being the Joneses is because not only because I'm a fan of the Griswolds from those National Lampoon movies, but it's also because their car is pretty much like the Yellow Jacket of this game. Like, you may have noticed so far that every Twisted Metal Let's Play I've done so far, it's been pretty much with the average, like the medium balanced car of the game. Like in the first game it was Yellow Jacket, because he's pretty fast, he's pretty durable, and he has a really good special weapon. Twisted Metal 2 I did Warthog for that same reason. Twisted Metal 3 I did Thumper for that same reason, and now I'm doing the Joneses, because they're the best car we have that's unlocked right from the beginning. And I also prefer to use a car that's, available right from the beginning. The game doesn't require unlocking, which there are a lot of unlockables in this game. I forgot to mention too, this is the first Twisted Metal game that actually makes use of the memory card. The first 3 Twisted Metal games didn't make any use of the memory card. It was just simply you save using passwords that were given to you in the game, and that's how you continue the game. This time around we actually get time around, we're actually capable of saving the game using actual memory cards, so it's actually easy to keep track of what you do in the game, so you can actually unlock stuff and later play with that stuff later, like load your file and play with what you've unlocked. It's not really, but you can't really do that with a game that saves only using passwords. But this game actually uses memory cards. It's actually capable of doing that. They were actually kind of, Twisted Metal series is actually kind of late at adapting the memory card into the game. But in 1998, the PlayStation fully established itself as being a system where you could use memory cards to save with games. And yet, despite that, Twisted Metal 3 came out and it still used passwords. Well, the good thing is, they learned that they got the message by the time they made Twisted Metal 4, so that's good. They learned from their mistakes. That's good of 989 that they learned from their mistakes. This game also came out in the same year as Jet Moto 3, which Jet Moto 3, I think I mentioned before, feels like a major downgrade over the first two Jet Motos. And so this is another like futuristic sci-fi thing where we're being brought to this island up here on this building, and we could collect some more weapons as a full health recharge, as environmental attack, and a lot of weapons that we could use to go against the boss, which is Moon Buggy. He's actually one of the more challenging bosses in this game. He looks like something that belongs on the surface of the moon that could be driving around, like something like almost like saying Wallace and Gromit or something like that. He's just driving around the moon, and he has one of the most powerful special weapons in the game. It's called a Quasar, and it really drains out your health. He's actually quite a powerful boss. But we can still make short work of him. We have the weapons, we have a bigger brain than him. So, yeah, there we go. Look, his health is half full, it's half empty now. We already, really damaged him up quite a bit. He's slow and sluggish as well, too, and not very maneuverable, so it'd be hard for him to walk around our proximity bombs that we keep planting everywhere. And look, you have to use a special weapon. Now, so you can probably get away with it if we really speed away, maybe, or use shielding or something like that. In this game, it's actually somewhat easy in this game to activate the special moves in this game. A lot easier than it was in Twisted Metal 2, but at the same time, special moves don't usually accidentally get activated in this game like in Twisted Metal 3. That was really annoying about Twisted Metal 3 is when special moves accidentally get activated, but that's not really a problem in this game, so that's good. So we're kind of beat up now, so we need to go and find some health. The health actually takes a really long time to replenish itself, or to, how you say, where you spawn, the health pickups would take a lot of time to respawn in this game, so you're gonna have to really be patient if you want to, wait for health to show up again. In this game, it doesn't rapidly regenerate like it did in Twisted Metal 3, which this game does kind of have that mechanic where the enemies like to go after the health refills, the health things, and their health is low. But at the same time, health doesn't just, doesn't just respawn as fast as it did in Twisted Metal 3 in the other games, so that's actually kind of good on your part, but not good if you're the one running out of health. It's actually not that good. So there, we destroyed the Moon Buggy. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out.